The Watertown City School District has confirmed multiple cases of COVID-19 in students in the past couple weeks. This has led to concerns both within the schools and the outside community. However, Superintendent Patty LaBarre is focusing on transparency and the crucial steps the district is taking to protect students, staff, and families.
As we stated in our reopening plan, we would notify our community whenever we have a positive case, whether it be an employee or students. And I know that for some parents, when they heard the first actual 2 cases that we had, they were a little surprised that we reported that out, because some of the feedback was, why are you telling us when these kids are remote and they haven't been in school? I would rather have a parent know that we've had 2 positive cases and students are remote, because if those students outside of school have been in contact with other students in our district, I don't want a parent to be blindsided to a phone call. So we're going to, every time we get a positive case, we're going to put out the letter, and hopefully, we won't have any more positive cases. And then another question that people have asked me is, on the day when we post the positive letter, well, how come we don't know what school it's in? And you will know the next day when you look at the data dashboard what school it was in. But to protect the staff and the students that are in that building that day, and for public health to be able to do their due diligence and work with us, because I'd like the community to understand that once we receive the call from public health, it is a huge undertaking between both parties, the district and public health, to ensure the safety of all stakeholders.
LaBarre discussed the recent publication from the Jefferson County Department of Public Health and how the district handles each positive case, or if COVID-19 symptoms are presented during the school day.
What happens is, if a student or employee tests positive, and you're looking at the right side on that, the pinkish red, if they test positive, then here's what happens. The local health department contacts that student, parent, or employee, and then they start their contact tracing. Jefferson County Public Health has also contacted us. A few weeks ago, we had 2 of our remote learners that tested positive, and we received a phone call that day, and we started not just with, providing them with the information that they would need for the contact tracing. Once we figured out they were remote only students, we made sure, because we still have parents that may need to pick up a Chromebook or come in and pick up a textbook. And we wanted to make sure that we did not have, any contact with inside of the school building with either one of those students. So on September 16th, you can see the purple here that's been added, because once a student is sent home, in order for a student or a staff member who's been sent home with those symptoms, they have to have a note from a medical provider, a negative COVID-19 test, and they have to have a resolution of symptoms. Well, some of our parents, don't feel comfortable having their children have the COVID test. So, and they're, maybe refusing actually to have their child have the test. So public health took that into consideration, and then on September 16th added that purple piece to the flow chart, where if the above 3 steps are not performed, and really that was, I think, added so that for those parents that were reluctant to put their child through the COVID-19 testing, then here's what happens.
Bringing it back to basics, LaBarre reminds all of what was first learned at the beginning of the pandemic this past spring.
Let's remember to continue practicing our social distancing of 6 feet. Let's continue to wear our masks when, we need to, when we're less than 6 feet away from other people. Let's continue to wash our hands frequently. And those good hygiene practices that we've had in place have really kept our community very healthy. But the other thing is for parents to really understand. I know you said only one thing, but I want people to really understand that we are truly in this together, and this is overwhelming to a lot of people for many reasons. This whole thing is not easy for anyone, and I really feel for our students and our parents and our staff. It's a different world we're living in. To get up every morning and the first thing that we have to do is take our temperatures and then report on an app for us, Parent Square, that we're all okay, and then we get the check, the green check, you can go to school today. And that's a good thing. That's what we want for all students, staff, and employees. We want that green check. We want everybody to stay healthy.
For ABC 50 Now, I'm Isabella Colello.